How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we're taking a look at Virgin Galactic or SPCE stock and talking about why there is a lot of potential in the short term, but also why analysts really like the stock and what analysts say about the stock. So before we get into it, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate it. This is recorded a little bit early, so I hope you guys like it. This could change a little bit due to Friday's trading activity, but I think this is going to be really relevant information whenever you watch it. Also, if you guys want, there are links down below to our new merch. We just got it in. It's so comfy. It might be the most comfortable sweatshirt I own. I think it definitely is right now, and maybe the most comfortable that I've ever owned. It's all fleece on the inside, but I appreciate that. Also, if you want some free stocks through WeBull, you can get 2 free stocks if you deposit $100 or more. They extended this, so it's supposed to end here just in the next day or two, but they extended it a little bit longer if you want to get in on that. So let's take a look. Virgin Galactic on Thursday was up about 3%. And this is a very up and down stock. So it can go up about 10% a day or 20% a day, and it can go down too. So just know that if you invest in this, it's very volatile. And now I want to talk to you a little bit about what, some different analysts say and what some different TV personalities say, because this is a very interesting stock, and it's interesting to see kind of where people's heads are at. So let's start here. This is Jim Cramer and his Mad Money.
Look, I think that this is one of those great speculative stocks of all time. I mean, you're either going to get like 50 or you're going to get like 10. I like those odds. Let's go to...
Okay, so he didn't really say too much here, except for exactly what we talked about. It's a very speculative stock. If it goes up, it could definitely go up a lot. If it goes down, it could definitely go down a lot. So just know that ahead of time. But if we look here... he said in a different time, and this is actually just a few days ago, he says, Virgin Galactic is a gigantic short squeeze, said Cramer. He doesn't see anything in the near term that tells him the stock is a winner. So kind of interesting to go back and forth like that. He's saying that it's a gigantic short squeeze, but he doesn't think it's a winner. So it's interesting. And I guess I should cover kind of what Virgin Galactic is. If this is your first time watching a video on Virgin Galactic, I've talked about it a couple times recently and one time a lot more in depth, but Virgin Galactic is looking to commercialize spaceflight. So they want to bring people up to space and charge them for it. It's a very interesting thing that they're trying to do. They also work with hypersonic travel, and they're working on bringing people to faraway locations in about 30 or 25% of the time that would normally take them. So definitely a faster way of traveling for the ultra high net worth individuals. So they have a very interesting business model that not too many people are competing with them for. Now, he does mention here that there is a gigantic short squeeze. And if we look on shortsqueeze.com, they have about 45.2 million shares that are shorted. This equates to about 20% of the stock. So that is really interesting. I mean, whenever you have something like this, if this stock goes up, then shorts will have to buy back in. It's called covering, right? So essentially what a short is someone that's borrowing shares from a broker, and they sell the shares as soon as they get them. Then they're hoping to buy back in when the shares are at a lower price. So if the stock price starts going up, they have to cover it. So they have to buy back in, and that causes the stock price to go up further. And then they have to buy back in more. And then it just kind of is a snowball effect, right? Where more and more people have to buy back in. The stock price goes up. More retail investors see it going up, so they try to jump in, which causes it to go up more. And it causes a short squeeze where it goes up very quickly, very dramatically in a very short time. Now, I think it's important to kind of get a feel for what some of the big banks and some of the analysts say. So Bank of America expects the space industry to triple to $1.4 trillion within a decade. Now, these banks are usually, they usually aren't super bullish on these speculative plays, at least from what I've seen. But Bank of America's forecast would see the industry's revenue grow 230% from about $424 billion in 2019 to $1.4 trillion in 2030. Now, a lot of this would be straight to Virgin Galactic, assuming they can fulfill what they're trying to do. They have a great management team set up there, and I think that they're going to be able to take advantage, right? So they have someone that's worked at NASA for a long time. They have someone that's worked in Disney parks for a long time. So hopefully between all the years of experience, they can kind of pull together. And I think you can definitely see this with their analyst expectations. So if you look here, about 180 days ago, there were only 3 different analysts that were covering the stock. One said hold, two said buy, with a consensus price target of about $23. Then about 90 days ago, another analyst came in, another buy rating. Then everyone switched over to buy ratings. Now we have 9 buy ratings with a 26.75 price target. And again, we're sitting at about $21 right now. So that's about a 20% upside. I think that it is really important to know short term what kind of catalyst we could be looking for. And the first catalyst is that they are looking to open up their launch window on October 22. So what does this mean? Well, they are doing their next space flight from Spaceport America in New Mexico. So they are going to do this as a test. If they do this well twice, they're going to send up Richard Branson, their founder, up into this suborbital flight. So this is going to be really interesting. It's going to be one of those make or break moments, and probably more break than make, let's be honest. So if the flight goes terribly and it crashes or something like that, or it explodes, definitely don't want to see that happen. But if it does that, it could send the stock down dramatically. So if they do well, I think that's going to push the stock price up. Any kind of good coverage on this, anything that just reiterates that this is a high risk, high reward play, but it's more high reward if they do well, then I think that's going to cause the stock price to go up. Now, I don't personally have a price target on SPCE. I've talked about before that if they can just get 1% of their target market for, the $10 million plus community to actually buy tickets each year, and if they can get 1% of the hypersonic travel, the market for hypersonic travel, they will be able to bring in about $7.5 billion in revenue. And I could see that causing the stock price to go up about 10 to 15x. And again, these are kind of arbitrary numbers, but I think that's a good thing to remember, that there is a lot of potential upside. Now, personally, I am investing in this. I talked about it in a video earlier this week, but I did buy shares this week, and I plan on buying more over time. I just am also saving up for some other things, but I imagine that I will make this a priority in my growth portfolio. Again, this is a high risk, high reward play, but if they can do 1/10 of what they want to do, I think that they're going to do really well over the next 10 years. Let me know your thoughts below. I really appreciate it. Again, I was just wanting to look at what analysts are talking about the stock and some of the short-term catalysts. Again, if they can send up their founder into suborbital space, I think this is going to be really awesome, and I think the stock price will go up a lot. So if they can do this well in the next 6 months or year, I think we could see it, potentially 50% or 100% plus in the green. So let me know your thoughts below. I appreciate it. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing to whoever you want to share this to. If you guys want, you can check out the merch below. Again, it's super comfy. It's something that I think turned out really well. Also, if you want some free stock, you can check out the link down below to WeBull. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.